Okay, we'll say a few words that will be for the Ilui Neshama, the elevation of the Neshama. What's the name?
Susan.
Suzanne Bat Rachel. Okay. There is a Jewish minhag, actually halacha, that if someone passed away from this world, the children during the year after saying Kaddish. So we just say Kaddish now after Tfilat Mincha. In few minutes, let's try to explain something that probably will be very helpful to you to understand what you're doing, because it will be in the next 11 months. Actually, it's not the entire year. 11 months out of the 12. The children of the person, a father or mother that passed away, is saying Kaddish for the neshama. Now, the first sentence in the Kaddish are the words Yitgadal v'Yitkadash Shmei Rabbah. Those words has a very deep meaning, and actually the origin of those words are from the prophecy, very interesting, prophecy that Yechezkel HaNavi has at the end, almost at the end of his book, in Sefer Yechezkel, Perek Lamed Chet, chapter 38, and the entire chapter deals with event, very famous event. Many people know about it by the title, but they do not know the details, that the prophet said is going to happen at the end of days. And the thing is, at the time that called the end of days, many things will go back together in their place. One of the things is the redemption of the Jewish nation. As you know, the Jewish nation, almost 2,000 years, are out of their land, scattered all over the world, in exile. So all the prophets says that this time of exile of the Jewish nation is temporary. It could be long, but it's temporary. At the end, the Jews will go back to their place. And this is a whole concept in Judaism, in the Bible, that's called kibbutz galuyot, meaning that Hashem will gather all the Jews from all over the world and bring them back to the land of Israel. At that time, at the end of days, will be a series of events. One of them is a big war called Milchemet Gog uMagog, the war of Gog uMagog. So Yechezkel HaNavi at Perek Lamed Chet, chapter 38 and 39, give us many very interesting details about this war, what's going to happen at this war. One of the also promises for the end of days that will be an international peace. There will be no more wars. But before the no more wars time will come, will be one big one. One big war. The biggest war ever, called Milchemet Gog uMagog. In general, we have to know that the war of Gog uMagog is a good event for us, for the Jews. And let me explain why. A war is a terrible thing. Any war is a terrible thing. But because in this world, according to the description of the prophets, which is Zechariah and Yechezkel, the idea of the entire war is to show who's the owner of the universe, who is the Balabite, who's running really the show. I'll tell you in general, because we have no time now to go to the details. The details are a lot, and I need a lot of time to analyze them. But in general, this war, as Yechezkel described it, gonna happen when some of the Jews will come back from all over the world and rebuild the land of Israel. Be aware of the fact that Yechezkel said those things 2,500 years ago. So he said that the Jews finishing the exile and coming to the land of Israel will be in steps. The first step will be that some Jews from all over the world will come and rebuild the land of Israel. Before all of the Jews will come, this war is going to take place. And the war of Gog and Magog is going to take place in the land of Israel. It says clearly in this chapter. It's going to be Al Harei Israel, on the mountains of Israel. Now this war will include all the nations of the world. No one will be neutral. All of them will join together, and the war will be against Israel. All the nation of the world against Israel. Logically, there is no chance for the Jews to get out from this war, from this war safe. Naturally, logically. But here's the surprise. The attackers gonna lose. That's what the prophet described. How they gonna lose? Not because the Jews will fight back and defeat them, but God will interfere. How? There are 3 steps that are going to happen. All of what I'm telling you is mentioned in Yechezkel, in the prophet Yechezkel, in chapter 38. It will be in three steps. The first one will be an earthquake. The hugest earthquake ever in the world, in the history of the universe. And in this earthquake, most of this international army that come to attack in Israel will be perished in the earthquake. Those who will survive will be in such a chaos that they will start to shoot each other. And another portion of this big army will be perished by this. Those who will survive from this will get a plague. In the words of the Navi, ונשפטתי איתו בדבר ובדם, גשם שוטף ואבני אל גביש. Dever meaning a plague that will kill them, will be a rain of stones from heaven, and the entire army, the soldiers of the army, will be perished. The end of this story, the last verse, the last pasuk in this chapter, are those words. והתגדלתי והתקדשתי ונודעתי לעיני גויים רבים וידעו כי אני השם. And from here, the 2 first words in the Kaddish, יתגדל ויתקדש מרבה. This is the source in the Bible. The source of יתגדל ויתקדש מרבה is the end or the summary of the war of Gog and Magog, והתגדלתי והתקדשתי. Meaning, as you know, we all believe in God. But many people think it's just a belief. Who knows if it's true or not? Some people believe, some people not believe. For us as Jews, we know Judaism is based on this. The first thing in עשרת הדיברות, אנוכי השם אלוקיך. בראשית ברא אלוקים את השמיים ואת הארץ. This is the first verse in the Bible. Question is, how could you prove this? God is not physical. It's not visual. No one shake his hand ever. So many people think it's just a belief, you know, it could be true, it could be not true, but it's not real reality. There is a purpose for this. Why Hashem is not revealed himself clearly in this world. At the end of days, it's going to change. God will appear, and it will be very clear, and one of the things to prove the existence of God in that He is supervising and controlling everything that's happening will be this war, the war of Gog and Magog. Because according to the laws of nature, there is no way that they will not win. They are the majority, they have a lot of power, a lot of soldiers. Why they should lose? But the fact that it was written by the prophets before, and it's going to happen at the end, will be the proof, that will be one of the proofs that Hashem is there. Now, why are we saying those words after? We're not saying just after a person who passed away, because as you know, in the tefillah, in the prayer, there are many kind of kaddishim, and we always say those words: "Yitgadal v'yitkadash shmei Rabbah." And then the major part that the entire congregation said is Amen Yeheh Shmei Rabbah Mevorach. So why are we saying this on a person, on a Jew that passed away? Because every Jew in this world is actually a representative of God. When God gathered us 3,300 years ago at Sinai, He made a covenant with us. He sent Moshe Rabbeinu, Moses, to us, and He asked us, as a nation, do you want to be my nation? ואתם תהיו לי ממלכת כהנים וגוי קדוש. And we said together, everyone, ויענו כל העם יחדיו, ויאמרו, נעשה ונשמע. Yes, we accepting it. And then we actually signed a contract with God that we will be His representative in this world. So every Jew has a mission in this world. The first Jew was Avraham Avinu. Abraham was not Jewish. He was born non-Jew. But he made the first step. He was the one who made this revolution of breaking, destroying the idols, and announcing that there is only one power, one God who created the world and running. He was the first Jew. We all descendants of him. So each one of us is actually Avraham Avinu. Each of us are representing of God. So when a Jew finishes mission in this world and go to the next world, if you leave children in this world, and it's very important to leave children in this world, very important. Someone who leave children in this world actually never died. I mean, he died, but he left something here that without him will not be here. So when the children says, Yitgadal v'yitkadash shmei Rabbah, we're saying, there is a person that's missing over here. He was your representative. He's gone. But he never gone. We are here to continue and to take the torch of the truth, the spiritual truth, and pass it to the next generation. So that way, among the other things that we say in Kaddish, the Kaddish is actually a commitment of us to continue the mission of being the representative of the truth. This truth is real reality. Now it's hidden. At the end of days, it will be revealed. We know today what the entire world gonna know at the end of days. So those are a few words about what Kaddish is all about. And I hope after this a little bit explanation, it will give you a strength to be stubborn and to not miss even one day saying Kaddish after your mother, Aleh Shalom. And with these words, her neshama will get an elevation, and she will have a good place in the world to come.
Thank you. Jazakum Baruch.